Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. It's a beautiful day today in Central Alabama, and I'm getting hungry and I want to make a delicious meal. It's kind of between lunch and dinner, but it doesn't matter. Anytime you're ready to eat, it's a good time to cook, right? So let's get started. Today I'm going to cook. You've seen me do these before with my daughter-in-law, Stephanie. It's the keto-friendly pork chops where she coats them in almond flour and egg wash and then crushed pork rinds. And I'm gonna do a vegetable dish. I'm not sure what to call it, maybe a vegetable medley. I put it in the oven, put some cheese on it, but it's all good. Then I've got some Brussels sprouts that we're gonna roast. So, and I'm thinking I might even do some black-eyed pea fritters. Have you ever had those? Oh, they're good. So, but let's get started with our vegetables first. I've got a couple of yellow squash and a zucchini, and I've already washed and cleaned them up. So all I've got to do is cut them and put them in our dish. And oh, it's so good. And it's been a long time since I've made this. And I think I've got a little short video showing it. Maybe not on this one. See about how thick I'm cutting it? And just throw it all in. And it's all mixed up. It's going to all be together. And that's what makes it good. You know, it doesn't have to be difficult. And dishes, they don't have to require lots of ingredients, lots of fancy ingredients. So just as long as you like it, you're happy with it, and that's what counts. So we like simple, love vegetables. So then I've got my zucchini in there. So next I've got an onion, and I'm gonna cut it in rings. I don't want them too small because I don't want them to cook away. So we're gonna cut that up and just add it to the pile. See about how thick I cut that onion? It's about the same thickness as the squash and the zucchini. And it'll get tender and it'll cook down. Oh my goodness. It just makes it delicious. I'm gonna break these apart as I put them in the dish. So you've just got little, I do half moons. You can leave it and just have whole rounds, but I like the half moons. And looky there. Looky there. So we're gonna season this up, but I'm not through. I'm gonna put a tomato in it. So we're just gonna get this tomato cut, a little spot on there. I'm gonna cut it away, and it's all good. I'm gonna cut that out of it. I don't want that in my dish. Ooh, see all that juice coming out? Let's hold that over the bowl. And I shouldn't be doing it with this knife. Y'all don't do that. So let's cut it in, I cut it in 3 pieces. And then we're gonna cut it in half. So we've got big chunks, because that's gonna cook down as well. Can you see me cutting it up? Let's move that out of the way. You can see how I'm cutting it. See? And that's it. It's that simple. So we're going to get this seasoned up, and I'm going to do a little salt and pepper. That's probably about a teaspoon altogether. About half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I'm going to do a little bit of onion powder. It's just a different flavor, even though I've got onions in it. Maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. We're going to put a touch of garlic powder, about the same amount. Just sprinkle it. If you want to use more, by all means, use more. And just a little shake of parsley. Like I said, all I've got right here anyway. I'll have to get I got big containers I keep and just fill my little ones up. But I forgot I have some scallions that I cleaned up. And some of this stuff I've had to cook or it's gonna have to be thrown out. And I don't wanna throw it away. So let's add those to the pot. I'm going to just lightly coat this, a little sprinkle of olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. I think I'll toss it up with a spoon this time. How about that? Get that coated in there. Looky there. Now I've got my oven preheated, or it's not yet preheated, but it's preheating to 400 degrees. We're going to slip this in there in just a minute. But while that's going in, I'm going to put our Brussels sprouts in too. I washed them, I cleaned them up, got them washed, and I want to get all these little loose leaves off because they'll just kind of burn in there. So I'm going to just lightly put a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper, and we're going to put these in the oven together. And right off the bat, I can't tell you how long I'm going to cook it. I'm going to have to watch it and see. It's been a while since I've made this dish, and I can't remember how long I baked it for. But anyway, it's a good, healthy dish. Well, until I add the cheese, but then we like cheese. So this oven is almost preheated, I know, so I'm going to go ahead and slip both of these in real quick. They won't take too long to cook, I know that. And let me clean this up and I'll be right back and we'll get to frying up some pork chops, okay? Stay with me. All right, we got our vegetables in the oven to roast and we're gonna start on our pork chops. So, you ready? We know these are good. We know they're good. So I want you to be able to see. Okay, so she uses the Nashville hot and spicy chicken rub. Now, y'all know, and I've said it before, I don't do spicy too well. So I'm going to use just a little bit. It's really not hot. It would have been because I had the wrong side open. I hope y'all can hear me now. I forgot to put my mic on earlier. So we're going to do a little salt and pepper on each side. And I'm going to use just a tiny bit of garlic powder. Don't come out too fast. Just a little bit. And a little bit of the Nashville hot. We get this at a place called the Pepper Palace. And there's one in the mountains where we go in Gatlinburg. But they've also opened up one here in Alabama, and not far from where we live, out in the mall. So if you've got one near you, and I think you might can order online, and if you can, they have some really, really great spices. So now we're going to dip it in the egg, and I hope I've got enough of these crumbs. I didn't have as many as I thought, or as many as I wanted. And that's a good coating. See? Ooh, my goodness. So let me rinse some hands off and I'll get the rest of these coated. And I'll be right back with you. It's no fun sitting here watching me dredge all of these. But it won't take me but a minute and I'll be right back, okay? Hold on. I got all of the pork chops coated. And I had enough of the pork rind crumbs to do 3. So we just floured the last one, but it's going to be perfectly delicious. So I've got some oil heating up over here. And when that gets hot enough, we're going to drop those pork chops down in there. But let's start on our black-eyed peas. I had a can of black-eyed peas. I drained them. And I didn't rinse them, I just drained them. And I'm going to mash them up a little bit. All right. See how I got those mashed a little bit? Looks to me in the camera like it's a lot of whole ones, but it's really not. It's a lot of mashed. Okay, so now what we're going to do, as I keep mashing, is we're going to add 1 egg. Then, excuse me, I want a little bit of onion in it. Not a whole lot, I just want a little bit, just for a little flavor. So we're going to cut off probably about that much. And I'll save the rest of that back for something else. And I use onions a lot when I cook, so it'll already be there for me. So let's cut this up. You want to, you don't want to finely mince it, but you want, you don't want large chunks either. So kind of go in between, like a good little medium dice. I'll hold up and show you what I'm talking about. And watch your fingers here at the end too. See, about like that. And we're going to put that in our peas. You know, peas, onions go good with peas and beans. And I dropped some. Get in there. We don't want to lose you. And we're going to add just a touch of garlic powder. I just think it'd be good. Not much. A tiny, tiny bit of red pepper because, as I said earlier, I just don't take the heat very well. I just want enough to give it that little something in the background that says, what'd she do to me? So, yeah, I've heard me say that a lot. Stir it all up. See how that's looking? Now, I've got some all-purpose flour. And I'm going to put, see that great old big spoonful? I'm going to put that in there, maybe 2 of them. I don't want them cakey. And if you put too much flour, it's just going to be cakey. It's just a good coating, and that's what I've got here. Stir them up real good. They're going to look wet, which is perfect. Look there. Almost looks like a little dough. A black-eyed pea dough. Looky there. So, let me get us moved over to the stove, and we're going to start frying these up. So give me just a minute. Let me get you moved, and I'll be back with you, okay? All right. So my head's cut off a little bit, but that's okay. I want y'all to see in the pans. This oil that I've got for my pork chops is hot. So I think what I'm going to do is just cook 2 at a time. They don't take long to cook. I've got enough oil in this pan to like deep fry them, and that's what you want. Gonna get in there, little buddy. Don't mess with it too much right now, so we don't want to knock all that beautiful breading off. So I'm gonna get one of these beautiful platters down that I got. Got me some new platters I want to show y'all. I think it's just so pretty. They had these on clearance at Target, and I thought that's a wonderful deal. All right, so let's get that going. And now we've got our oil getting hot for the black-eyed peas. I've got an ice cream scoop, and I'm going to scoop them out. It's not quite hot enough. Let's give that another minute. It's almost there. It's starting to sizzle. I think we can go ahead and put them in. It's like it's sizzling pretty good. So, I mean, I just take my scoop and flatten them a little bit. They're not too thick, so they're going to cook through. I mean, these are already cooked. They're just, you know, we're frying them We're doing the southern thing to them. Looky there. Now, that one can made 5 beautiful, beautiful black-eyed pea fritters. Can you see? I don't want to hold it up because of that hot oil. So, you hear all that cooking? You hear all that frying? Oh my goodness. You know, I can't wait to try this supper. And the hubby's not here at the moment. He's gone out for just a little bit to help our son do some errands and such as that. So, but he'll be back later, and I'm sure he's going to come in hungry. And my brother's with him, and I bet you he's going to come in hungry too. Y'all have met Greg. All right, so let me get these cooking, finish them up a little bit, and I'm going to come back and show you what they look like in just a little bit, okay? I'm excited about showing you these peas and how they come out. So stay with me. These peas are ready to take up. You see how pretty these are. I'm going to hold this up for you. We've got a dipping sauce, if you want to call it that I'm going to show you how to make for them. Looky there. Now, is that not gorgeous? That is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to sit that down, and we're going to go back over to the island in just a couple of minutes, and we'll make that sauce. Look at these pork chops. And now this is just the one that has flour on it. Isn't that beautiful? Let's get these up, and we got to put the other 2 in. Hear that oil? It's hot. That is hot. All right. It's just screaming for these pork chops. Yes, it is. Get in that way and you'll fit. There we go. Oh, they fit beautifully together. All right, so let's let those finish cooking, and I'll take those up in a minute, but I want to move you over to the bar and show you how I make this sauce for black-eyed pea fritters. Okay, hang on a second. All right, so the pork chops are finishing up. We've got our fritters all made and plattered on this beautiful little platter that I got. Now what I'm going to do is I've got some sour cream. It's not a whole lot. And I'm going to put some Cajun seasoning on it. Use your favorite brand of Cajun. This is what I happen to have on hand. If you've got Tony Chachere's, use that. It's a really good one. So, I don't know, I've probably put about a teaspoon in that. I'm going to stir it up. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a sour cream eater like that. I like to cook with it and such as that, but I don't just dollop it on my tacos or whatever, potato, whatever meaty. Now, I don't have any lemons, so I'm using little bottled lemon juice. I'll put just a squirt in there. That was probably, I don't know, teaspoon, a little more. It wasn't a whole lot. To your taste, always do it to your taste. And what I give you is just what I use. There's really not a recipe for this. It's just kind of instructions. See? But isn't it a pretty sauce? Can you see all those specks in there of that light may be glaring too much? Now, I'm going to try it though, even though it's sour cream. And you know, I got to say, I like that, but I want a little bit more of this Cajun seasoning. And I think another touch of lemon juice. I'll probably put another teaspoon. That's about a teaspoon. And I'm going to put another couple of good squirts of lemon juice. And I think that's just going to amp it up, ramp it up, make it even gooder. Yeah, this is such an easy, quick meal to throw together. And I'm excited about it, and it's going to be so good. I know it is going to be so good. Taste it again. That was perfect. So I know I stuck my finger in it, but I got it off the side, so nobody's going to be touching that. Let me check our vegetables. Ooh, yeah. Let me get them out. I really did roast this Brussels sprouts, y'all. Uh-oh. Now, let me get the other vegetables. We're not finished with them yet. We are going to add some cheese. Can you see? I'm going to put some mozzarella cheese on top of those vegetables. Oh, they look so pretty. See if I can hold them up in it's hot pan. Hot, oh, and they're tender. See if I can hold this dish up for you and it not be too hot. I don't want to get burnt. Don't want to get burned. Can you see that, how pretty? Oh, and it is hot. Time to put it down. So I'm going to sprinkle some mozzarella cheese on it. And we're going to put it back in the oven just long enough to melt that cheese. And that won't take long at all. So just a couple handfuls. So let's get this back in. Give me a clean towel. Let's get this back in. Now I'm going to set the timer because I don't want to forget it. I'm going to set the timer for about 5 minutes. I'm going to come back to that sauce. I need something to put these Brussels sprouts in. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. They're a little charred, but that's okay. I bet that sauce would be good on these Brussels sprouts. What you say, we might try one? Oops, get in there, little buddy. Let's get this out of our way. Now, back to this sauce. I'm going to put just a tad of salt in it. I think I want some salt. And that's just a pinch. That's probably not even 1/4 teaspoon. I think it needed, even though it was perfect. And I just told y'all I didn't care for sour cream. So, let's try it again. Let's use a different finger. Oh yeah, that did it. That absolutely did it. So we're going to put it in this little bowl. See this cute little bowl here. And looky here. Now, looky there. Can you get any prettier than that? Oh my goodness. I want to try one of these Brussels sprouts with this sauce. What do y'all think? I think it'd be good on it. Look at there. See? Beautiful bite. It's hot. I love Brussels sprouts. Do you like Brussels sprouts? My hubby would rather have them boiled with butter. I like them roasted, so I roasted them. He'll eat them. Oh yeah. They look like they got a little overcooked, but I promise you they didn't. That's delicious. All right. So, let me get back over here to the pork chops. And I'm going to get those taken up, and we're going to get these veggies out of the oven. And I'm going to pull this together and show you what it all looks like together, okay? So give me just... All right, we have this beautiful meal set up here on the island. Let's make a plate and taste it all together. I know it's going to be delicious. So, we're going to get us a pork chop. And I want one of these. I want some Brussels sprouts. I just love Brussels sprouts. And this is not a bad meal and really not bad for you. Those pork chops, they're carb free, friendly. The vegetables here are roasted. The Brussels sprouts are roasted. And I lost all my cheese. Ha, get over there. And I want some of this good sauce. I want to put it right between the fritter and the Brussels sprouts. Can y'all see that? What a beautiful plate. Let's try it. What do you say? Let's try these black-eyed peas. I know that sauce is good. I can't wait to taste the peas in that sauce. That just does something to it. Let's taste them without the sauce. Oops. Delicious. Delicious. I want to try this squash. And one more Brussels sprout. It's amazing to me what that sauce I made did for these Brussels sprouts. All right. I'm going to go sit down and fix me a glass of sweet tea. And I'm going to enjoy this beautiful meal. And I hope you guys will make it. And let me know what you think about it. I certainly do appreciate. And I appreciate all the love and support that every one of you have given us. And we send our love right back to all of you. And thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And I'll see you soon, okay? Thank you. Bye.